Whoa, time to start. What's
Hey,
up, everybody? It's Drinks with the Band. I'm Chris Denman, live in St. Louis, Missouri at Mid Coast Studio. Drinks with the Band every week, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central. And you know what? We have music, we have fun, we have a co-host. His name is E.T. He is the U.S. brand ambassador for Jack Daniels. He's live in Los Angeles, and he's got the gold drink making kit tonight. What's up, E.T.? How are you?
hey man, how are you?
Uh,
Happy night before Thanksgiving.
That's a nice way to put it. I call it Skanksgiving where I'm from. Man, you go
All right,
out,
hey.
you hit it hard. I'm excited to be doing it with you tonight. It's a special tradition for me, so I'm glad we could share it. And I'm a little bit. We'll get into what I think is going to happen around the country tonight. But we've got Gavin M on the show tonight. Very excited to showcase some St. Louis talent. He's done some really cool things in the last year, so we'll talk about that. We've got a drink. We've got prizes to give away. If you're new to the show, again, we do this each and every week. Next week, we'll have Caroline Rose. And the week after that, The War and Treaty. We do this every Wednesday. Bunch of cool bands. We talk a little smack. We make some drinks. Jack Daniels makes it all possible. Also, thank you to Kranzberg Arts Foundation. They're always supportive of everything we do. Our friends at Snappy Bigman Coffee. Whew, it's good coffee. If you're not having the drink we're making tonight, have some coffee from them. And then our friends at St. Louis Counseling Services. That's right, mental health services for St. Louis area and beyond. E.T., U.S. rep for Jack Daniels, live in Los Angeles the day before Thanksgiving. Great to see you, man. You've got prizes to give away. We've got stories to tell. Here's how we do this. We give away prizes. You hit share. You're entered to win a Gavin M t-shirt. Very excited about that. But E.T. hooks us up, and we also make a drink. So what's new in your world? How you feeling the night before Thanksgiving? What's happening in L.A., man?
I feel good. I feel good. It's a strange night before Thanksgiving. It's usually like you mentioned before. It's a big night out for a lot of people. This year, I don't think that's happening. So everyone should be here watching the show. But
Right?
yeah, man, it's weird, right? Tomorrow I'll be Zoom Thanksgiving with my family back east in Philly, and you know, I guess you have to be thankful that that technology exists, or else we would just
Yeah.
be, on a 1-900 conference call from the '80s. But
You and I, we'd be doing a correspondence show that would be in the local papers. We'd write letters to each other once a week.
exactly, exactly. But no, man, look, I'm happy to see everyone on the Zoom. My sister put together a little game for everyone to play, and and then my wife and I and the dogs will make Thanksgiving here. So it won't be the same, but hey, who promised you the same, right?
Yeah, that's true. Tonight, guys, I'll say this. Hit share now. You're entered to win a Gavin M t-shirt. Very handsome t-shirt. And if you hit share, you'll be considered to win. E.T., let's get right to it. I'm a little excited to show off something tonight. I'm going to get my phone out of the shot here. So we've got this setup. You see everything behind me. Do you like the setup? We kind of show off who's paying the bills around here, right?
Look, you say it enough. We don't, we, it's very nice of you. It's a very good setup. The I kind of think that should be your home bar, not so
Okay.
much the once a week show bar. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be better in your living room?
That's true. I agree. And maybe
Right.
that'll happen too.
Hey.
We do have, we've got two glasses tonight. I know our friend Key is producing. She saw the drink that you're making tonight. There's even a story, and she made sure to set a glass in there with her. Key, can we see the ingredients for tonight? And ET, let's get the people what they want at home. What are we making?
Yeah. So this is a drink called the Lingo Drive. Now, to be honest, the creation of this drink is shrouded in mystery or possibly lies. I'm not exactly sure where it originally came from. The legend has it there was a party on Lingo Drive, and two of the people at the party, there's this guy, and to be honest, I had only ever been introduced to this guy as Uncle Terry. Now, whether he was someone's actual uncle or if he was one of those everybody's uncle kind of guy, I don't
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah.
But
Love those guys.
so, yeah, so Uncle Terry's there, and this other guy, Mark Kaiser, and one of them loved Jack Daniels, and one of them loves Irish Cream, and they were arguing which is a better drink, and they said, why don't we put it in the same glass and see if it works? Now, this part's actually true. They already had collaborated once before, and it worked out really well. They had been arguing over uh, whose version of "You Don't Bring Me Flowers" is better, Barbra Streisand or Neil Diamond? And when they combine that, the rest is history. That is true.
As one tends to do in the bar, right?
So the part of this drink I know is true. So the Baileys, the Irish cream, and the Jack combining might have been Uncle Terry and Mark Kaiser, might not have been. Years later, a guy also from Lingo Drive, Lane Kellman, started experimenting with bitters and putting bitters into the Lingo Drive. And, he's also famous for trying to bring back the monocle. Didn't go well for him, but he did give it a good effort.
Sure.
So anyway, in honor of what may or may not be true, we're going to mix Irish cream. We're going to mix Jack Daniels, a little bit of bitters. I have two kinds of bitters I'm going to put in. And then on top, it's the holidays. You want to put a little nutmeg, a little bit of chocolate. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So this one, you could build it in a shaker set and shake it on ice. I'm going to go the lazy way and just build it in my glass. I will measure because balance is key here. And you have a drink cam tonight, correct?
We do. We're rocking the drink cam. Check it out.
I see.
Right there. This is a normal size bottle of Jack Daniels, people. I'm way taller than you think.
That looks like it might be bitters, but...
Yeah, that's true. All right. Getting me set up here. I've got nutmeg. Rocking that.
Nice.
Yeah. We can go here. And as I mentioned, there is a producer who demanded a drink as well.
Yes, producer Key deserves it. She puts up with a lot from us, so
Sure.
She deserves a drink.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right, so we're going to take 1 ounce of Old Number 7, Old Jack Daniels.
Okay. Where are you going with it? Into the glass?
I'm going right in the glass. I like your measuring. It's nice.
Always a
and
favorite.
then 1 ounce of any Irish cream you have laying around. Nice. Good work. Now, I too have some of those delicious Jack Daniels bitters. I'm going to put 2 drops of bitters into my cocktail.
Okay.
And I also have some toasted pecan bitters I'm going to throw in there as well. A couple drops of that.
And not to go too crazy on you here, but what's the bitters doing for the drink?
So it's flavor, right? Bitters is just really, in the simplest of forms, is concentrated flavor. So a couple dabs will do you. And then I'm just going to fill the glasses with ice. And then I'm just going to take that shaker tin that you have. I'm going to put it right over my glass. And then I only have to clean half of the set. And I'm just going to shake it right in the glass.
I'll show this off for folks.
Good work. Look, nothing spilling. Look at you.
Look at this.
You're a pro.
This. I tell you what. So there's one.
One shaken. Nice.
This one's a little bit of a wider mouth glass.
All right. Well, hopefully it'll spray all over you and then give the audience something fun to look at. You could always do the Denman and just roll it back between the glasses if you want. Shaker in the glass.
That's my favorite. And I've managed to make a mess. So
perfect.
Yep.
No, I like what you're doing there. And then you got some nutmeg. I have a piece of dark chocolate. I'm just going to take a little knife and I'm just going to, scrape a little chocolate over this drink here. Beautiful.
Couple dashes of nutmeg over here.
Now, if this doesn't say warm and cozy Thanksgiving, night before Thanksgiving, I don't know what does.
I'm excited about this. Key, all right, yeah, you can come grab yours. I'm going to eventually clean this up. Cheers, sir. Great to see you. Great to be here tonight. Cheers to Gavin M as well.
Yes.
You did me right. That's delightful.
Right?
Yeah, I'm into that.
Got a little bit of whiskey coming through. The Irish cream kind of sweetens the whole picture up.
Absolutely. You're about to see
And
a
then,
hand.
whatever you throw on top, a little bitters, it just kind of digs. I think my wife just threw a comment in that she wants me to make her one now. So,
Yeah, I was going to say, I think everybody watching is going to want one of those. So we'll get to that. I'm curious too. New Orleans, did you say there was some kind of a trip to New Orleans involved with this?
yeah, so the Lingo Drive did make, I'm going to say made more than one appearance. So it's a nightcap of a nightcap of a nightcap. So at the very end of the night, when you're whatever the end of the night might be for you, it could be 10, it could be midnight, it could be it's New Orleans, it could be 8 a.m. This is a nice way to just kind of I'm going to bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
A nice little drink. It's not too strong, and it just kind of says good night, basically.
Right.
Especially after a long night. It's good stuff. But yeah, so that same monocle wearing Lane Kelman was there during a night in New Orleans when we made these drinks, or we had someone make them for us, much to her chagrin when we asked her to shake Bailey's and she only had one tin and then had to clean it out for us. So she wasn't very happy, but she did Lisa, bartender Lisa. She was
Shout
amazing.
out to Lisa. She probably tuned in.
I hope so. But yeah, so this drink has traveled, man. Now it's in St. Louis, New Orleans, Lingo Drive, just outside Philadelphia, Los Angeles.
Key, if we could see, I want to see that drink next to that golden set. I'm obsessed with the set he's got. If we could focus it on him a little more. There we go. That's perfect. How does somebody get their hands on something like that?
You just got to know, right? Maybe now that you've mentioned it so many times tonight, maybe one of these weeks it'll be the gift we give away, the golden set of bar tools.
I think that we should. We are giving away something tonight, and you sent this over. You're always really generous with the gifts. Tonight we're gonna do something cool. So we're gonna give away a very unique prize, but then we've got a stipulation tonight that I'm a fan of, and I posted this in the Facebook group. Already got some people interested in giving me some good ideas. Real quick, what you do is you comment, and we'll tell you what to comment. We'll show you the prize now. What can people win tonight, ET, and then we'll tell them how they can win it. We'll see. There's two options here. I'm excited to show these off. The ladies.
Yeah, so choose your own
or
adventure.
if you like a vest.
You can either have the Patagonia fluffy vest in winter white. Who says you can't wear white after Labor Day? Not me.
Thank you.
Apparently not Patagonia either. Or you can have the puffy Patagonia, keep yourself warm jacket.
And you got the Jack Daniels logo on it. I like it. This is a great prize. You got to do something for it. What are we going to have somebody do tonight?
So, I was thinking about those jobs we've all had that are either wacky or not fun or funny. And, we all at some point in our lives, usually when we're younger, have those jobs where you're just like, I'll take anything to make some money.
Yeah.
And later in life, like, I can't believe I did that. So, it could be anything. If you were a associate producer Mike Cook, for example.
Shout out to associate producer Mike Cook.
In college, he decided he'd be his own boss, and he started a house cleaning business. And I think the hook was he wore a French maid's outfit, which I don't think that helped business, but it was funny for us. That same summer, I was a tour guide at an elephant.
I'm sorry?
They're just outside Atlantic City, like 2 or 3 miles, there's a town called Margate. And on the beach in Margate, there is a 65-foot tall wooden elephant named Lucy. There's Lucy the elephant. So now take note of those parking spaces right there. It's going to come back to the story. So through the back leg, there's a spiral staircase. So basically, and I remember some of the script, and this is going back years. In 1885, James V. Lafferty was a landowner and realtor, and he built Lucy to attract people to the beach, and they would climb up to the top. That little roof area is called the howdah, and that's where people would sit on top of the elephant. and he would walk people up through the spiral leg spiral staircase in the leg, through the belly, and then up another staircase up to that top part. And then he'd like, look at this beautiful beach view. Your house could be right there. Oh my God, I could live right there. And that was his shtick. And then over the years, Lucy became a rooming house. It was a tavern. And recently it's a tourist, it's a fun place to take kids and take little tours. And they have all these artifacts inside the belly, and you walk people through. And one of my favorites was there's like an old chest, like those big, trunk chests that you would on the steamer, whatever they're called.
Oh yeah.
So when you're walking people through, the joke was always, oh look, there's the elephant's trunk. But no bump. There should have been someone hiding just doing that noise. It's terrible. I did have a friend of mine though, my buddy Andy. We would rotate tours. So if I was on a tour, he'd be wrangling the next tour. But it was slow one day, and we had 3 moms and their 3 like 5 or 6-year-old kids come in. So I had him hide inside the trunk. And while we were on the tour, I was giving the tour. We got there, and instead of my normal "that's the elephant's trunk" joke, I said to the kids that this just washed up today, and I'm pretty sure it's a pirate treasure chest. And like, open it, let's see if there's treasure inside. I'm like, there is a very small chance there's a ghost inside. There's rumors that some of these treasure chests actually were hiding ghosts. Like, we don't care. I'm like, you sure? It could be really scary if there's a ghost inside. Like, no, it could be treasure. So the moms were all giggly, and then I open it, and my buddy Andy pops out of this chest, and these poor women screamed like it was. They really thought there was I don't know what they thought. The kids, of course, thought it was the funniest thing they've ever seen, and he just yawned like, oh, and then walked off and went downstairs, and it was good times. But that job, as enjoyable as all of that sounded, it was also the gift that kept giving, because that beach was anointed Lucy Beach. And in the summer, all the kids wanted to hang out there. That was the cool beach to hang out at. There was a little snack shop, and that's where everybody wanted to be. But like most small beach towns, there's never parking. Now, Lucy had like 12 dedicated parking spots right next to her, and a million signs. You can see them on this picture that say, do not park here. You will be towed. And Andy and I got the bright idea people would pull up, and we'd walk over like, hey man, you can't park there. Oh, come on, dude. There's nowhere to park. I'm like, there's all these empty spots. You're not going to fill up today. I'm like, and for the first couple of weeks of our summer job, we're like, no. And finally we were like, you could always make a donation to the Save the Lucy Foundation. And people would be like, I didn't know Lucy was in jeopardy. I'm like, well, she could be. And they'd give us $5 or $10, depending on how long they were going to park.
Right.
And we would basically make, pocket money for the week. And one time I was on a tour, and Andy was downstairs, and I think it was a Ferrari, some flashy sports car. Guy pulls in over 2 spots, which you do in those kind of cars. And my buddy was like, dude, you can't park there. And he's like, come on, I'm just running in. There's a restaurant you can't see right next door. Like, I'm just picking up food. He's like, you're going to get towed, man. I'm just trying to warn you. And the guy gives him $20, and he says, come on, how's that? He's like, yeah, okay. So we switch, and I see the car. He's like, yeah, the guy gave us $20. I'm like, sweet. So now Andy's giving a tour, and I'm downstairs, and a cop pulls up. And it was a patrol guy. It was a sheriff. And he's like, whose car is that? I'm like, I guess he's on tour. I don't know. I was somewhere, like whenever you say the cops. And he's like, all right, well, we'll see. And he just stands there. And the Ferrari guy comes out, hops in his car, and the cop's like, hey, man, you parked in Lucy's spot to pick up food? He's like, yeah, I just gave the kid $20. He's cool. And drives away. And the cop's like, I thought you said he was on tour. I'm like, it wasn't me. It must have been the other guy, right? So Andy comes off the tour, and the cop calls him over. He's like, did you take money for the car? He's like, I don't remember. And so the cop's like, is your boss named Betty? And we're like, yeah. He goes, we went to high school together 45 years ago, and we're still really good friends. And she'd be really upset to know that you're using this National Historic Landmark as a way to scam money off people. And he's like, if I see a car here parked again anytime this summer, you're going to get fired.
Wow.
So we were scared for about a day, and then we're like, I don't think that guy's coming back. So We read. So anyway, that was my wacky job, a tour guide inside of an elephant.
That's as wacky as it gets. I personally I worked at a golf course, and shout out to Birch, who was commenting beforehand. It was that was like the perfect job for a 15-year-old up till however old. Like heck, you'd want to probably do it now, be a cart guy or work in the pro shop. But you get into a lot of hijinks when you're on a golf course and you work with a bunch of other teenagers. And then also there's the wackiest part of that would be when there would be like a giant tournament that would have Anheuser-Busch backing it, right? So then these guys, they didn't pay for the beer. It's donations. They're running around with cases, crashing carts, doing God knows what. And then, yeah, to keep you quiet, it's like, hey, kids, there's 18 cases of beer back there. Find your way to it. They would go sell them at parties afterwards. It's like, yeah, okay, will do. So yeah, we had the entrepreneurial spirit as well. So
well, it's very fitting that you bring that up today because obviously, Caddyshack was made after just those kind of hijinks.
Absolutely.
And Bill Murray's brother, who the movie was based on, passed away today. So R.I.P. I believe to Ed Murray for inspiring one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Wow. And
So
it's not, cheers
to him.
So what, not Brian Doyle, his brother, okay.
No, brother in real life. I think there's 5 Murray brothers.
Yeah, sure.
And they all golf, and I think they all were caddies, and they're in the Caddy Hall of Fame, I believe.
That's incredible.
So you live the real life Caddyshack.
Well, listen, guys, we're going to get to Gavin M in just a moment. He's live at Jackson Pianos here in St. Louis. But you can win a prize. Let us know the wackiest or the worst job that you have in the comments. Sell yourself. We got Patagonia jackets and or a vest to give away. You can pick which one you want. We'll give that away courtesy of Jack Daniels. And again, just comment. Let us know the most ridiculous or weirdest or worst job that you had. And we'll consider that. And we'll give a prize away at the end of the show. Pick out somebody to win the Patagonia jacket or the vest. And if you hit share, you're entered to win a Gavin M t-shirt. So, E.T., we've got Gavin M. I believe he's ready, and he's live at a piano shop here in town, Jackson Pianos. Looks like we got it. Let's bring on Gavin M, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gavin, can you hear me?
How are you?
Chris, can you hear me?
You sound great, man. E.T., right. Gavin, E.T.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for the music, man. I've been listening to you all day on Spotify.
Really? Thanks. Dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Chris texted me the link, and I put it on, and then good stuff, man. I'm assuming you write all your songs?
Yeah, I do. It's like it's heavily inspired by a lot of Britpop and American stuff as well. But yeah, I write all the stuff. Thanks.
Well, you're a very good writer, man. It's some really good storytelling lyrics in there, so thank you for that.
Oh, that makes me feel good. Thanks, man. You're in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
I just went to LA for the first time earlier this year, and I missed the warmth. In January, I was there, and it was like 79 degrees or something crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, it really, every once in a while it can get cold out here, and by cold, like 45 degrees. But yeah, it's very often like on a Thanksgiving. A friend of mine used to host us all. He lives right on the beach in Playa del Rey, so his patio is the beach, and we would have Thanksgiving there because a lot of us aren't from here. So it was like he called it the wayward children Thanksgiving. So everyone's, family that moved out here had nowhere to go. He'd bring us all there. And it was oftentimes 84 degrees on Thanksgiving. And, everyone in my family in Philly was like bundled up, fall, right. Full fall, maybe even snowing. And we're out there playing volleyball.
That's the nation's first capital, right? Philadelphia.
That's right.
I studied history. Sorry.
It's also the home of Rocky, the cheesesteak, the soft pretzel, all that good stuff.
And the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Thank you.
Yes.
Needed to be said.
It did.
Speaking of Philly's in the house every week. I like that shirt you've got on. Shout out to Jude. Hey, Jude. There she is.
The Hey Jude shirt. Yeah.
That's right.
Shout out to my mother, Jude.
Love it. And hey, it's Gavin, I don't know if you've done this for. I grew up an hour south of St. Louis, and it became this big thing around the Farmington area. I know it's a national thing, but maybe I'm the right age, whatever. it was this phenomenon, and we named it Skanksgiving. Everybody comes home, you're partying, everybody's, from high schools around, you're all in town, and things get a little weird because you don't care if you're hungover at a holiday where you just go stuff yourself midday, right? So tonight, thank you guys for spending Skanksgiving with us here on Take Drinks with the Band. Gavin, you grew up outside of St. Louis. Any kind of night before Thanksgiving traditions? I feel like it kind of dies off once you're like 25, but then maybe it picks back up once some kids are out of the house and you want to just go see people. I'm in the weird zone right now where it could not sound worse going out to a jam-packed bar right now. Do we lose Gavin? Oh, you still there?
Just
Sorry.
for a second, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back. The sound went out for a second, but no, that was the case in Belleville where I grew up. 40 minutes over the river from the city, but I've been living here for like almost 3 years at this point, but working here for 6, but yeah.
Look at you. Now, have you ever played a night before Thanksgiving show, Gavin?
Yeah, in Belleville with my old band Parlor Nights. It was like Circus Survive meets My Morning Jacket. That was that was like the style we did, but we played a lot of those, I believe. At this place called Blue Agave was the bar on Main Street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I bet they had tequila there.
Yeah. Wild guess.
Yeah, it was a tequila bar. Yeah, it was a tequila bar.
Very nice. Gavin, you mentioned you were in Los Angeles about a year ago. Why would you lead with the best story you have?
Well, because I'm talking to a guy that's in LA right now, you know.
I love it.
So
we've got evidence of you being in Los Angeles, and let's hear why you were out there. I believe we have a photo of you last year. Look at this handsome devil. Wow.
Can you make that bigger?
Yeah, we can blow that up. Key.
Producer Key, can we do that?
There it was.
Look
Perfect.
at that.
Now,
that is a stylish red carpet ensemble.
Yeah, where are you at?
You know, man. So I was that was the red carpet at the Staples Center the night or the day Kobe Bryant passed away for the Grammys last year. Obviously, the new noms have come out. I look a lot different. My hair's a lot longer, but I went out there I wrote this song, which I'll be playing tonight, Old and Young Soul Tonight, that John Batiste, the band leader for the Late Show, had selected for a songwriting contest for Lincoln, the car manufacturer. I did not win the contest, but they sent all 4 of us out to Los Angeles, and I got to be in LA, and I got to go to a lot of fun restaurants. Went to Koreatown. I went to Sound City. The guy that I know, Vince, he was driving the car that I was in the whole week. He knew the owner of Sound City, so I got to tour Sound City. I actually got to play Glenn Campbell's J45, his Gibson J45.
What?
And here's a fun. I have a really good story. Yes, I played Glenn Campbell's.
This. Yeah.
So I met Tony Berg. Tony Berg, he runs a studio out there. He used to be the Geffen head of something out there. And anyways, Tony has a studio at Sound City, and Studio A was closed. And there was a big tour bus outside. And he says, I don't even know who's in the studio. We can't go in the studio because there's somebody really, really, really famous in the studio. And I go, okay, I'll go tour the other studios. I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan. I'm a big, I like a bunch of records that have been recorded there. So 6 months later, I'm watching a soccer game. I'm a big soccer fan. I'm a big Liverpool supporter, and I get this text in June, and Vince goes, "Hey, I finally found out the artist that was in the studio that day that we couldn't go in and talk to him." And I was like, "Who?" And he said, "Bob Dylan was mixing his record that day."
Oh my God.
And that was January last year, this year, January, earlier this year. And I freaked out because I'm like, I'm a typical songwriter, I guess. Bob Dylan, the Beatles, it's in top 5 for me. So I was like, that's bizarre. Like that our energies were in the same vicinity, type of thing. That's amazing.
I still want you to go back to playing Glenn Campbell's guitar, though, because I also find that amazing. And he is an underrated guitar player, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
it's
very
pretty. How'd you get to
underrated.
his guitar?
So Tony Berg, he said you can't take any photos, so I didn't take any photos. But he had this room off to the side of his studio, and there was like 50 guitars on the wall, and he said, "Pick out any guitar." So I picked up a guitar, and he goes, "No, but play this one," like immediately. And I was like, "All right, I guess I'll play that one." You know, I'm in LA for the first time. I'm 33. I'm like in Los Angeles for the first time. My head's spinning around anyway since I'm here. And he hands me that, and on the bottom of the J45, you could see Glenn had signed it, like, and etched it in there. You know what I mean? You know, I'm very grateful for everything that's happened in my life. I'm kind of like a metaphysical, spiritual person in general, and it's kind of bizarre when those kind of experiences just kind of come to you. You know, like I didn't orchestrate that. You know, it just kind of happened. And big thanks to Vince Hands. Vince, if you're watching this in LA, thanks for giving me that experience, man.
That's amazing. That's really cool. It's not every day you get either one of those experiences. You got it all in one trip, so that's a pretty good trip.
No, that's huge, and the fact that Gavin is the type of guy that that can appreciate all those little nuances, like I love that part too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, we're going to show a very cool charity initiative that Jackson Pianos is a part of at the end of this. Gavin will tell you more about that. We're going to get about 4 songs out of Gavin if he's up for it. And what made you pick Jackson Pianos tonight, man? You're set up. You have a piano. This is our second one this season. The great Brian Fallon shows up out of nowhere with a piano in his basement, and then Gavin treats us at a real live piano shop. This is amazing.
So Joe Jackson, the guy that runs this place and owns it, he's allowed me to come in here and use these really expensive pianos for, like, I did a tiny desk for Old and Young Soul tonight, and that submitting that video that Joe let me do this here allowed me to later submit that to the Lincoln contest, which allowed me then finally to go to the Grammys, yada yada. But the craftsmanship of of these pianos, so they buy old pianos and then they refurb them and then sell them or rent them out. Also, they do tuning services. But Joe's always just been open, non-judgmental, kind. So I just wanted to play here because I wanted to play on a real piano that sounds great. The one that I'm playing on tonight, just give me a moment here, is a 1932 Steinway M, completely refurbished, back when Steinways were like outstanding. And also, if you like the way it sounds, this piano is for sale. It's my favorite in truly though. It's my favorite in the store though. Joe always asked me to play the other pianos, and I'm like, no, I want to play that one. That's the one that this is my favorite piano. So just to let you know, but the piano I'm playing tonight is a very old vintage piano. So.
That's fantastic.
That's
if you're just
awesome.
tuning in, we got Gavin M. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. E.T., he's the U.S. brand ambassador for Jack Daniels. He's in Los Angeles. I'm Chris Denman. I'm right here in the Mid-Coast studio in Grand Center in St. Louis, Missouri. E.T., you want to hear a tune? We've got 4 from the guy.
Yeah, well, before he starts rocking out, 2 things. One, you mentioned you didn't win that award, and I hope in your career you win many, many, many awards. However,
Thanks,
just
man.
in case, just know the Led Zeppelin band never won a Grammy.
That's hard to believe because they're one of my favorite bands. So.
Yeah, it's really hard to believe, and they are one of my
insane.
favorites. But I'm just letting you know, if for whatever reason the Grammy people shun you, you're in great company. And then years later they give them the Lifetime Achievement, we love you, we're just kidding award.
Right.
Kennedy Center honors, yeah.
Everything. I mean, they don't need no stinking Grammy for us to know how good Led Zeppelin is. But also, since you're going to start playing and I'm going to dip, I do want to present a Thanksgiving challenge to everyone watching. And if you happen to catch this in 4 days, you can still do this challenge. It doesn't have to be for Thanksgiving, but because we're in such strange times, and a lot of us won't get to be around our family. I do feel like I'm very lucky. I have a wife, I have 4 dogs, I have a lot of stuff to keep me company. A lot of people are living alone. So for Thanksgiving, they're going to be alone. And for a lot of COVID, they were alone. So my Thanksgiving challenge is tomorrow, if you have a friend or family or someone that you love that lives alone, or might need a little extra hug, give them a call and let them know they are loved. And quick couple-minute call, and that's my Thanksgiving challenge to anyone watching right now.
Cheers to that.
I support that, man. That's a heartfelt thing. So cheers.
Cheers. And even though I won't be live on the show with you, I will be listening to you and loving your music as I did all day. So very nice to meet you. Next time you come to LA, please reach out. I don't know if I can get you Bob Dylan or Glenn Campbell's guitar, but
your company should suffice, my friend. Your company
sounds
should
good.
Suffice. Sounds
good.
ET's gonna hop off. ET is hooking you guys up tonight. Let us know in the comments your worst or most ridiculous job you have. Real quick before you play your first song, Gavin, craziest, weirdest job you had? ET worked at a wooden elephant on a beach in New Jersey.
Craziest, weirdest job.
Or worst is always good.
Worst. I was a bartender for a while at a bar, and my boss sucked, but
that'll do it.
That's a really simple, easy answer.
Yeah, that last part's a formula for any job being terrible. You could be, I'm senior vice president of a Fortune 500 company, but if your boss sucks,
it's over.
Yeah, I'm a pretty easygoing guy. Like I try to look at the best in all the situations, but when you're clearly just not being treated kindly, that's the worst. So
it's awful. Gavin's gonna play some tunes. Drop us those comments. You'll be entered to win the Patagonia jacket or vest that ET's hooking you up with. And if you hit share, you're entered to win a Gavin M t-shirt, which we're excited to give away as well. Gavin, kick it off, man. Let's hear the first song. What do we got?
So this first song is called The Magic. It's going to be the title track for the EP coming up. I started writing songs at the beginning of quarantine. The irony is that I wrote songs, and then a lot of the lyrics changed when I went to go record them in I believe it was August. I think it was August. Yeah. So this one is the title track off of the new EP. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to move this mic to closer to the piano, and then we'll get started.
Do your thing. Gavin M, ET, see you soon, buddy.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
See you, ET. Nice to meet you.
You too. Take care.
I'm going to take these headphones off while I perform. Just give me a second. We fell asleep on a park bench, so far away from home. As we lay, we are breathless and our soul drenched to the bone. I don't really mind the echoing of time as the sun breaks through the blinds on you. Oh, and the magic, it was something. Boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. When I knew it, we were falling. Boom, ba-dum, bum. Oh, and the was helpless. I was falling from the sky. As I woke, I was fearless, and you were laying by my side. I don't really mind the echoing of time as the sun breaks through your blinds on me. Oh, in a magic, it was something. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-oh. When I knew it, we were falling. Oh, 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 oh. And the magic, it was something. Oh, 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 oh. When I knew it, we were falling. Oh, and the magic, it was something. Bow, ba-da, ba-ba-oh. When I knew it, we were falling. Bow, ba-da, ba-ba-oh. And the magic, it was something. Bow, ba-da, ba-ba-oh. When I knew it, you were falling.
That's Gavin M live at Jackson Pianos here in St. Louis. Wonderful song, man. Way to go. You sound great.
Hope it's sounding all right out there, folks.
It certainly did. New album coming out. What's it like recording an album given the circumstances we're all in the middle of right now?
So I actually recorded like a full-length record last year, but I only released them as singles because in this day and age, unfortunately, we value constant content. But this EP, all of it was written in quarantine. And ironically, just to speak as an artist and as me as an individual, sometimes you write things and you think they're about what you think you're writing it about, and
Sure.
then somehow, and all the scientists can prove me wrong and tell me I'm not accurate.
We have a lot of
but-
scientists that tune in, so
But what I will say is that sometimes the universe just kind of brings what your heart desires to you. And I started writing these songs, and I was seeking for experiences, and I was seeking for confidence, and I was seeking for my life just kind of being a bit more stable and all this, and somehow all these the things came after the songs were written. So a lot of the songs were rewritten, just to be honest with you. And
Yeah.
the music was the same, but who they were about changed, and the song structures changed, and the melodies changed, and yeah, the magic. Unfortunately, we're all tied up in this world of isolation and loneliness with quarantine. But what I will say is there is magic out there. To be quip, is that the right word? Quip? I don't know.
you know what? I'm just going to take it and run with it. I'm quipping. Feel me? That's a great way to put it. All kidding aside, it's a good way to look out and to maybe
You're
see
funnier
more.
than me. You make the jokes. I'll laugh at them.
Thanks for the response.
Yeah.
Now, Gavin, you've got a few more songs to play. You haven't been playing a ton live, man. Are you practicing at home? Like, what are you doing to kind of keep, I guess, sharp?
You know, I haven't been playing a lot out because I'm in this place in my life, and I've told all the closest people in my life this kind of thing. But of course, I want my art to be recognized. Of course, I want to be in a place where I know that I can make a living on the work, which requires recognition and people knowing who I am. But in reality, what I'm seeking right now in my life moving forward, and I think for the past 3 or 4 years of my life, is I don't want to, I mean, if I have a number one record, great. But like what I really want is to be able to travel eventually as much as I want freely, have a home where I want freely. And for people in the dentist office, in the doctor's office, in the rental car line, in the airport, to like hear my song and be like, I know what he's talking about. That's it. Whether I'm singing it or not, right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing for me is not to be recognized like by likes, but recognized by feelings, if that makes sense. And
It certainly does.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm trying to get to. That's where I'm at. So playing shows, I really love doing it. It's passionate for me, but I've kind of wanted to move inward and just more in a creative aspect. Sorry, I'm not smiling a lot, but yeah, I'm getting really serious right now. But
stop the show. Hey, stop the show. Why don't you smile a little more?
Yeah, I know. It's just I feel like I'm just being so in my zone, you know.
Get in your zone, live in it, man, and we're gonna hear some more songs, man. What's the next song?
Next song. This one will be on guitar. This one's called My Person, and it's about my person. She's a lovely, lovely human being, and I kind of wrote this. I wrote this in quarantine as well, latter half, and there's a cool synth part which I can't play right now because I don't have a synthesizer with me.
Yeah,
but yeah, this one I'm gonna grab the guitar.
Do your thing, man. If you guys, if you go online, Gavin M on Facebook, we've tagged him on the We Are Live Radio Facebook a bunch, Instagram. Make sure you're following that and show him some love. He's going to get out and play some more live tunes whenever all this is cleaned up and moved on, and you can support his music online as well. So, and if you hit share, you can win his T-shirt tonight too. So
yeah, it's a cool T-shirt. It's got like a I thought it was a fox, but it's like I think it's a coyote. Maybe it's a fox with a rose on it. I just did them one day. And kind of design them. Can you hear the guitar out there?
Little
Cool.
low.
So,
Little low. There you go.
Little low.
There you go. We're good. We're good.
I'll hit it harder. Okay, I'm going to
Perfect.
take these headphones off again.
Do your thing. Gavin M hitting us with another song with You're My Person.
We're no stranger to the darkness. We know what it feels like to be alone. And when I saw you there, never wanted to be alone. It could have been anyone, but it was you. Ooh, a revelation, no hesitation. My aim is true. You're my person. You're the one I never want to leave me alone. When I hold you, I never want you to let me go. As we gently lay here underneath billion-year-old stars, I can't help but wonder and hope that you're never too far. It could have been anyone, but it was you. Ooh, revelation, no hesitation, my aim is true. You're my person. You're the one I never want to leave me alone. When I hold you, I never want you to let me go. This place we go, inside our names on those street signs. This place we know inside, they are the sun, they are the moon. You're my person. You're the one I never want to leave me alone. When I hold you, I never want you to let me go. No, 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 no.
Gavin M on Drinks with the Band, live from Jackson Pianos. Another great tune from Gavin. If you guys haven't yet, go check out the We Are Live Instagram at We Are Live Radio. We've got Gavin M's Instagram page tagged all over the place. Do us a favor. Give him a follow, show him some support. Gavin, wonderful tune again, man. I'm digging it.
It's on the new EP. It's on the new EP.
And how do people get that? What's the best way to make that
So
happen?
it's not out yet. The good news is the next two songs are already released. So the next two tunes you hear are totally like available to you. But these first two, they'll probably be out. I was really optimistic because I'm just too optimistic about everything, I guess. But in terms of deadlines. Because I'm a doer, but what I will say is it'll probably be a little after the first of the year. But it'll be the Magic EP, and I'll release it as a 4 or 5 song EP, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Yeah, man, keep me in line with that. You got to do some kind of a live stream event or something, man. You got to let people know about it the best way you can, right?
Big thanks to, by the way, you said live stream, to you, number one. And We Are Live, and I really appreciate this, but Ryan Torpia, my good friend, he's also in my band. He's a lovely gentleman, kind soul, very talented singer, songwriter, and very, very amazing piano player. And he can play guitar dang well too. But big thanks to Ryan. He did all the live stream here tonight. So thanks, Ryan.
I'll tell you what, whether it be somebody coming up or someone super established, live streaming is not simple. And
It's not, man. Headache time.
We've had our fair share of ups and downs, just getting people even set up to even just. I remember an artist last season who's tours the country and has done massive shows, and she was just kind of like, I don't know what's going on with my laptop. But either way, yeah, shout out to Ryan and the folks at Jackson Pianos for rocking out with you tonight. We've got 2 more songs. I just want to remind everybody, hit share and you can win a T-shirt. I believe we have a photo of the T-shirt. Look at that.
There it is. Go. Look at that. Ain't it pretty?
Win that bad boy tonight. Yeah. Shout out to Gavin for the sweet ass shirt, man. I like that. If you hit share, you're entered to win. A bunch of you already have, so thank you. And if you comment and tell us the most ridiculous or worst job you've ever had, you're entered to win a Patagonia jacket or vest, courtesy of Jack Daniels. I don't know. Let's see those one more time as well. I know we had them buried there for a second, but you can win. You can choose this vest or the jacket.
Just send me the jacket. We're friends now. You don't even have to tell anybody. Chris will give you my address. It's fine.
Perfect. I think that's the way things work. I'm trying to think, Gavin. I want to talk more about that Lincoln experience. You did go. I wore out my my browser history voting for you as much as I possibly could.
Thanks, man.
No, but it was cool to see it, and it was cool to know that you were kind of ready for that kind of stage, and it wouldn't have looked bad if you won. You know that sometimes you get people that just get a lot of votes, other things like that happen, but you were on a big stage and you were ready for it. It felt like you was like, yeah, Gavin could go do this, and it would make sense. So whenever you go into something like that, like Lincoln backing you, you're looking at like maybe a new car. The exposure is probably what you're most worried about, right? Like growing the career, or like you're saying, getting you to that point of people just being able to enjoy your songwriting and your music. Whenever something like that happens and you go through it and you do have such a great experience and you go to the Grammys, are you still in contact with those folks? Does it set you up? Does it make you more confident to maybe take bigger swings and realize that, hey, like I am on this level?
So I think I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday via text, and we were talking about how humanized celebrities have become as we've grown older.
Sure.
And first off, I want to say John Batiste is one of the sweetest, kindest, most genuine people I've ever met. Right? He's an enigma. There is a spirit about him. So part one, when brands select celebrities or human beings to represent their brand, they have to pick people that they feel are good human beings. So that's part one. Part two, their values have to align with yours. And when it comes to Lincoln, all of their executives, their values aligned, so they were kind, they were good folks, they were normal human beings. And then finally, the campaign, shout out to Emlyn if he is watching, the gentleman that kind of headed the creative part of the whole campaign. They were focused on being people. They weren't focused on selling. So that's really, I mean, I guess it's a big reveal for marketing, but when you focus on the right things come from the right things. Honesty, trust, kindness, truth, which is trust. But when you do all those things, you're like, well, you know how they have McConaughey and all that,
sure.
But you're naturally going to attract people to your brand because you have people that have high standards of ethics and humanity within them. So yeah, it was a great experience. I will be forever grateful to that company for giving me the opportunity.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and you'll have to get back to the Grammys on your own accord as well. So we'll have to.
That's the long-term goal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible that you got to have that experience, and it's great that everybody's tuned in tonight and joined Gavin M on the night before Thanksgiving. Whatever you're planning on, be safe tomorrow. I don't know who's and if you're down about it too, man, try and have some fun where you can, and just know that maybe it's just this one year that we have to do this.
Yeah, I'll just say this real quick before I play the next song, but I know that at the end of the thing, we're going to be talking about Pianogram with Jackson Pianos and Places for People. And Places for People is you'll see it in the commercial, but it's for people with either addiction problems or mental health problems. And I know that recently, Chris, I did a gig for you for
our friends at St. Louis Counseling. Yeah, you know what? It's just something I thought was cool. I just connect them with some artists and have you guys play over lunch. So shout out to St. Louis Counseling. Yeah.
So basically, not to be like overtly TMI about anything, but manage your mental health, especially during the pandemic, where everyone is dealing with things, and don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of managing your mental health. That's all I'll say.
Love it, man. Let's hear this next song. Keep them coming. I'm excited, man. We're only halfway through. We got 2 left, and you guys can actually go out and get this. You can go listen to it on Spotify, purchase it, and support Gavin.
So this next one is called Belgrave Road, and I'll dedicate this one to my mate in Liverpool, Callum. Callum has allowed me to stay with him a couple of times overseas, and this song's just about not wanting to go home when you are traveling abroad, and you find that sweet spot in your soul where you don't want to be anywhere else. And this one's for Callum and his family and all those that I know in the UK, in Ireland, that are in Germany, in Europe, I'll just say Europe, that are dealing with the pandemic, as well as America here. So sitting round the table, spewing American fables. On the other side of the world, sing me a song tonight. Ooh, the kindness friends when you travel alone. I don't wanna go home. I wanna stay another day on Belgrave Road. I wanna stay another day on Belgrave Road. Riding on the rail, L17 St. Michael. Just a moment from the park, I feel so alive today. Ooh, the freedom of your heart when you're traveling alone. I don't wanna go home. I wanna stay another day
Another tune from Gavin M. Gavin, you've gotten to travel quite a bit. You've gotten to play a little bit overseas. Are you pulling a ton of inspiration these days from your travels? I mean, is it just motivation to get back over there?
It is. It is. The crazy part is with the pandemic is we can't travel. So anytime I can like go to Chicago or Memphis or not Memphis yet, but is in the States is what I'm kind of looking at right now. But I talked to my friend that song was about staying with him. And I'm a big soccer fan, and we talked the other day, and we talked about potentially going to see a Scotland versus England game next summer for the Euro Cup, which is a big cup for Europe. But yeah, no, lots of inspiration. All the songs were written specifically about traveling. But you know, the two things that inspire me most is love and travel. I think that they both create the same amount of awe. And yeah, those are the things that make me write, you know.
No, absolutely. Those you have to have those sparks, man. Like it's
things that make you feel something in here, you know.
Right. And that can get to be a shorter and shorter list as you get older, right? You're like, you know, I don't necessarily care about that quite as much anymore. You've got a full band that you play with. Everybody, have you been able to get any sessions in? You mentioned Ryan plays with you. Do you miss collaborating? Like, where are you at with working with others?
I like collaborating, but I was in bands for years and years and years, and there was always so many moving parts. And Lenny Kravitz, I was watching this Lenny Kravitz interview. He did an interview on, I think it was Rolling Stone recently, because he just wrote a book. But he talked about how when the producer, when he started playing, when the producer, he had like his band there and everything, and then he was like, "Don't do it with the band. Like you write it, and then the band performs it." And it sounds like I'm not against collaboration, by the way, but I think in order to have the ideas that I want to be out there and the sounds that I want to be out there, for now at least, after doing 14 years of not that, I think making the sounds on my own with a drummer, Chris Motor, shout out to you, my producer, who's believed in me through and through. And supported my progression. JB Anderson as well, because JB facilitated that meetup between Chris and I. But I trust Ryan. I trust Danny, our guitar player, great guy. Clinton, Adam. I trust all these guys that are in the band, and I know that they're creative. And if they had a great idea, I wouldn't turn it down. But in terms of the creation of the songs, they're just kind of to return back to the Lenny statement, you wouldn't have heard "Are You Gonna Go My Way" had it been a collaboration. That's like that was him. So eventually it might get there, but right now it's just me, and we'll see where the future goes.
Well, I'm excited to see where you do push forward, man. And I'm a believer in you as well, and I'm glad you've got all the support behind you. We've got one more song. I'm going to remind people one more time. We do this each and every week, 8 o'clock, right here on the Facebook page. Next week, Caroline Rose, super talented. The week after that, the Warren Treaty. They just had Jason Isbell feature on on their album, and that all wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our friend Katie Tupin. You know her. She was formerly in the band Houndmouth, but she's got a bunch of tunes out that you can support. So huge shout out, as always, to Katie for being a part of this show and hooking us up with a bunch of cool artists. And right here in St. Louis, we've got artists like Gavin M, man. What's your last song you're going to play? I'm excited.
The last one is Old and Young Soul Tonight. That's the tune that we talked about that I recorded in this room on this piano. And I did it was 2019 Tiny Desk. Shout out to Jorge for filming it, and who's good friends with Joe that runs this place. And I remember I was sitting in this room playing two songs, and I was like, this one's brand new, and it's kind of like, I don't know. And he goes, no, play that one. So I played that one, and I remember a bunch of friends commenting, that's a really great song. And my mom sent me a text message and was like, "Honey, that's a hit song." And I'm like, "Mom, it's a filler song. This song will go on the it's going to go on the album. I wrote it in like an hour or two, maybe 2 hours, and it's like you know, I was having a bad day and I was missing traveling, and specifically I talk about the River Liffey in the song, which is a river in Dublin. I remember walking on the river when I got to Dublin, got to Europe for the first time, and thinking to myself, like, I feel like the song's called Old and Young Soul tonight, and I was like, I feel like I'm old and young right now, and the wind was in my face, and the song, whatever you're gonna hear next, is what came out. So so yeah, that's the last tune. John Batiste liked it, and I trust his judgment. So and you know, my mom, thanks Mom, shout out to you. I'll see you tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. But yeah, so that's what this is, and I really want to just say thank you for having me on this.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah, it's great to have you, and we love having you on. And ET's as sincere as they get. He really enjoyed your tunes, and well, you know, we love having you on. We'll have to do more together, man. Always excited.
Great.
Let's see that last song, and if you guys are heading to Thanksgiving tomorrow, maybe in the comments, if you guys are still hanging around, what's your favorite side? I gotta know that. I'm not gonna be jumping in on the full on Thanksgiving this year, so I'm gonna be thinking about it real. Are you
gonna be denning? Are you gonna be denning in Denman?
I guess so. I think maybe just to like play a stereotype, like, you know, like get a handle of really cheap vodka and make a turkey sandwich or something. I think that'd be kind of funny, but not really, right? Like, no. I should do something interesting tomorrow. I haven't really got that figured out yet. Thanksgiving's a lot of fun. Usually I'm sad I'm missing it this year, so we'll see how it goes. And I won't actually make a turkey sandwich and drink a bunch of vodka. That was a joke. Let's hear the last song, buddy.
That's if you're going to drink a lot of vodka and eat turkey, it sounds like a dry experience. You know, alcohol and turkey that is usually dry, and drink some water, folks. Drink some water. That's all I'm saying. You know, that part in Christmas Vacation where like they cut the turkey and it's like,
yes.
Like that's what I always think of. And he's dipping the dry turkey into the water, trying to yeah. Anyways.
Wait, hey, and also, since we're here, planes, trains, and automobiles, make that a Thanksgiving tradition. That's one of the funniest and just most heartwarming movies ever. So there you go. That's my PSA. Gavin, take it away, buddy.
All right. I'm going to take these headphones off. Just 1 second. Some, you lose some, isn't that just what they say? There's nothing like a worn and tired cliche to say how you're feeling like the day's matinee at only half of the price, but all of the pain. You've been running around this old world so long, trying to find some peace of mind, but tonight you've gone and crossed the world to find the ocean blue. It's inside of you. You feel that there's a stillness inside the wind. You're an old and young soul tonight. Just as night falls towards the Liffey, feels like something deep inside had been missing. People as they rumble and pass on by, just a little sparkle, twinkle in their eyes. You've been running around this old world for so long, trying to find some peace of mind. But tonight you've gone and crossed the world to find the ocean blue. It's inside of you. You feel that there's a stillness inside the wind. You're an old and young soul tonight. So go if it's gonna help. Oh, so go if it's gonna help. Ooh, you've gone and crossed the world to find the ocean blue. It's inside of you. You feel that there's a stillness inside the wind. You're an old and young soul tonight.
Shout out to Gavin's mom. Your mom was right, man. That's such a good song. Everybody in the comments was agreeing as well, and she got
You were
some
right,
love.
Mom. She's right about a lot of stuff. You know what? It's kind of weird. I think maybe it's metaphysical, maybe it's physical, but I feel like they know some things, you know. So
Here and there. Absolutely. Gavin has joined us from Jackson Pianos tonight. They helped him out. They've got a great charity initiative, so we're going to tell you about that in just a second. We're going to roll a video. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Come back next week for Caroline Rose, War and Treaty after that. Ben Nichols from Lucero is booked for later this year. I'm really excited. Abraham Alexander's coming by. Like, there's so many talented people on this. Gavin's another one repping St. Louis hard. So thank you, Gavin. Really appreciate you coming on tonight. And again, we'll get with winners after the show. There's I got to pick a couple of you. So somebody's winning a jacket, somebody's winning a Gavin M t-shirt. We'll make that happen. Thanks to Jack Daniels and all of you for tuning in. Gavin, you want to give us a little intro to this video before we fire it up?
yeah, so just a big shout out to Jackson Pianos. My friend Alex Sinclair kind of brainstormed this idea for Jackson Pianos, and essentially it's like pianograms. You kind of they have on the go vans that have a piano and a player in there.
That's
and they
awesome.
perform. And here's the good part: the musician gets paid, pardon me, and also Places for People gets a donation, and the donation goes towards people battling addiction and mental health issues. And here's the thing, folks: don't feel judged, don't feel shame. Those are the things that make you feel more of those awful feelings, and seek help. It is out there. But big thanks to Joe and Alex and all the folks at Jackson Pianos and Places for People. You can watch the video and hear all about it.
Awesome. Thanks to Gavin M. And thank you, everybody. Stay tuned. Watch this video. It's a great message. And we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Places for People is one of the organizations that we like to support throughout the year. We are very involved in the city that we live in, and it hurts us when we see people having to do without. Places for People is there to help people find homes, find housing, drug alcohol counseling, therapy for families. I mean, they do everything. We can't help a family that's dealing with strife, but we can help an organization that can help that family. We're starting a project called Pianogram. We have a portable stage in the back of our van. We roll it out in front of someone's house for a half-hour piano performance on the street, and the money goes to the piano player and to Places for People. Organizations like Places for People can't exist without the involvement of the community. They help our community, and so the community needs to get behind them and help them.